Alright guys, welcome to Taco's Beginner's Guide to DayZ. Gonna give you a basic knowledge about how to get started in the game, and we'll go from there. So the first thing you're going to want to do is find a spot on the ground where you can search for stones. You're going to do this by pressing F or middle mouse key depending on how you have your stuff set up. I'm already at a bit of a disadvantage because in the process of trying to get my videos set up, I've let myself get to a point I'm very hungry. Stomach's already grumbling. So we're going to have to find food pretty quickly. But first thing, we're going to find a stone. Always keep an eye on your back, especially on the coast. Alright, we found something. So now we're going to go into our menu. We're going to click on this. We're going to craft a stone knife. Alright, we're going to put that on our hotkey. And we now have a stone knife. We're going to pull it out. Go find our first tree we see, and we're going to cut a branch off. That gives us a long wooden stick. We're going to go ahead and hotkey that as well, and that's our first basic weapon. So our next goal should be to figure out where we are and find some food. Looks like there's a town to the south, so we're going to head that way. Taco's thirsty as well, so we're hungry and thirsty. That's how you're going to start in DayZ. So your first goals will be to get yourself armed, and then get yourself fed and hydrated. When you see this sign up here, we are coming into Electro. It's actually not a bad spawn. It's a good place to find a lot of gear right off the bat. Not all the towns will have signs like this, but what I would suggest is getting yourself a map like iSurvive. You could set it up in your Steam browser here. Alright, so this is the town we're coming into. With iSurvive, I can see where other spawn points are, landmarks, police stations, water. I can even go through if I want and turn it on to show me where the apple trees are. As you can see, there are a lot not too far into town, so places to look for loot. We're always going to check in the car seats. As you can see, there is a portable gas lamp there, but we don't need that yet. Will be good to have later, but we don't need it yet, so just don't have the space to carry it. These shelves and these boxes, these are all places to keep your eye out for loot. Anytime you're on the coast, you always have to pay attention to what's going on to the north of you. Some handcuffs. Alright. So two notable things to note here. One, the road is going to cross the train tracks. And two, there's a big church up on the hill. Go back into iSurvive and we can see where the road crosses the train tracks and where the church is. We can see the apple trees are going to be down over here, so we're going to run down there real quick and get some apples. Apples are good because they're going to give us hydration and they're going to give us, you know, food at the same time, nourishment at the same time. So at this point, that's a priority over even looting, because we really need to get ourselves in decent shape. So these are the apple trees. So this will work for now until 6.3 comes out. I'm going to teach you the apple glitch. So we're going to find a spot where you can run into the tree without going past it. Sometimes it helps to hit control twice so you're walking. Now you're going to search for apples while still holding W. Don't let go of W. Now once it's done with that animation, you'll be able to see search for apples again. You're still holding W. You can just start spamming F. And this is going to give you the way to get apples without having to watch that animation every time. Alright, so we got some apples here on the ground. We're going to press Z and lie down. And we're going to get ourselves fed. As you see, the hungry and thirsty have already gone away. We now have hydrated and energized. Something else you start with is one rag. Recommendation I have is just take your shirt that you spawn with, cut it up with your stone knife into rags. You can combine those so they only take one slot, and now you have 3 rags. As a new player, you're definitely going to need those. And look at that, we've already got another shirt. This one will actually have some inventory spaces. Alright, so places to look for loot. Over here on these counters, over on the stove and the heater, this table and couch, and this shelf. Also on the floor in this area. And we got some rope. Alright, we're going to press Z to go prone. We can get underneath a hole like this. And C to stand back up. We're going to go ahead and head a little further north. So we are on the south coast of Chernarus. One thing I'm going to be trying to find is a burlap sack so we can craft a backpack. Alright, over on this bed we have a sewing kit. Those can come in handy as zombies ruin your gear. On this table as well is another place to look for loot. In this room we have loot that'll spawn down here on the floor, right here on this heater, or on the table. Also behind the door over here is another spot to look. Alright, got us some food. We don't need a can opener because our stone knife works just as well. We are going to take this dress, we're going to cut it up into rags. I don't really like flares, I'm going to toss that flare. Oh, look at that. My preferred gun out of all these is going to be the Sporter 22. You also have a shotgun and an IZH 43 rifle. So I'm going to grab the 22. And we're going to keep on looting. Oh, look at that, a pink Derringer. And we don't have room for it. I'm not a big fan of the Derringer, although the pink Derringer is kind of a cool, there's not a whole lot of those, so it's kind of cool when you find them. Especially if you're playing a female character. But anyway, I'm going to leave that there, we're going to move on. Places to look in this house are, of course, where that Derringer was, and this cabinet on these 2 tables, and the chairs. In pretty much any room with a door that spawns loot, it's always worth checking behind the door. That's 9mm ammo in the green and yellow box. We're definitely going to find a way to take it. So we're going to toss this sewing kit for now. So in this room we're going to look on the beds, we're going to look in the cabinet, and we're going to look on that nightstand. Upstairs packs and whatnot will spawn on the floor in here, but there's nothing in there now. Alright, so we're going to check in this cabinet on that footlocker. We're going to go in here and check on the shelves, over by the stove and the sink, on the table, and then over in this corner. This house you're usually more likely to find things spawning upstairs around this table and chairs, and this bedroom, and the cabinet on the shelf or the desk. Look at that, we got another dress. It's always worth at least checking to see if there's any inventory in those items. And then right here's another spot to look. We're going to skip on ahead because I know there's a little military tent up here, and we're going to see if we can't find us a pet. Ah, first Z. Alright, so your key is to keep moving while you're fighting them. Oh, missed. Alright, so she is down. So when you kill a zombie, if you come to about its butt area and look there, you can check to see if it has any inventory on it. That one has nothing. We got another one up here. We're going to sneak up right behind him. We're not even going to sneak, we're just going to run up and do our thing. These green tents are military tents. These are where you're going to find your military loot. And look at that, we have a pack. We have a green assault pack. It's not a bad find at all. It's going to give us 28 slots. Ink pens are currently useless in the game, so toss that shit out. Looks like we're also going to find 10 round of 7.62 by 3.9, which is what the AKM takes, which is my preferred gun. We're also going to find a bipod. I don't really bother with the bipods, but some people like them. You can attach them to an automatic weapon and use it while lying down to aim more effectively. This building straight ahead is a hospital, right by that glitch zombie. You'll find bandages, salines, IVs, stuff like that in there. We're not going to mess with that right now. It sounds like I made a friend. Yep, go. That glitch zombie is now my friend. So she's going to be following me. I'm going to go to the police station up here. I'm going to go and we're going to hit F as we look at the door as we go in. That's going to close the door. We're going to close this door as well. At this point the zombies can't get to us. So we're going to check on the bed, on the table. Sometimes underneath this bed stuff will spawn. And there's nothing there right now. And here we're going to check on the desk, the chair. That's about it in there. And here we have the table and chair area, the shelves, the boxes, and then the shelf over here. We're going to head on upstairs. Check the boxes. The easiest way to check boxes when they're stacked like this is just to hit tab and check in your vicinity. Sometimes you can find loot you don't see that way. There's a police hat, you don't really need that. This is another good room to loot. You check these lockers, you check these tables, and you check all around these boxes and those shelves. Alright. And we're always going to check on the roof. We find a lot of firearms just laying on the roof of police stations. There's nothing up here this time. Oh, we get a nice view of town from here. Police stations are a major PvP zone, so always watch your back. Now that door is closed, so we don't have to worry about them coming in here. We can loot this room as well. Here, check the beds, the table, and on the floor. Alright, so it sounds like we have at least 2 friends outside. Yeah. Alright, so let me look at the map real quick. I'm going to pull up I Survived. We are at the police station. So if you go up here, you can see that the police station is marked by the light. So we are right here. We want to start headed north. So if we run directly out of this police station, here, let's get rid of the, there we go. So we're going to run straight across the street, and then we're going to hang a right between those buildings. And then back through the military, and then we're going to go up that road right past the military. Alright, let's do this. Now, since we looked at our map, we know there's an opening right here we can cut through. And this is the road right past the military that we're going to cut up north. Well, these garages would be another good place to loot, but unfortunately I have a Z on my tail, so we're just going to keep moving. Actually, no, I'm going to kill him and loot those. We are bleeding, so we're going to right click on our rags and use. So bandage us up and get us ready to keep moving. Another good place to loot are these guard shacks. They spawn guns and ammo. Over in the corners, on the table, we got some matches. We're going to grab those. And we'll check the box as well. It is empty. Alright, let's go hit those garages, see what we can find. We're going to check the shelves. Nothing there. Check the shelves, the table, the boxes, the locker. Don't need a shovel yet, so I'm just going to pass up on that. It's a good spot to potentially find a compass, which we could really use right about now. Ah, there's the burlap sack. Some gloves, keep our hands nice and toasty. At this point, we're going to start headed north. So as you come into cities, you'll usually see these white signs. And those are how you're going to easily be able to look at your map and figure out where you are. So we're currently headed up this way, out of town. Oh, hold on, let me put the, there we go, there's the church. Okay, so yeah, we're headed this way out of town. As you can see, we're going to run across some water. And then up a little further north, we're going to run into some more military stuff. Ah, an axe. There we go. Now we're moving up in the world of melee weapons. We're going to swap that out. Got to hotkey it. Grab our apple. And while I'm thinking about it, let me go ahead and show you this. So, where'd our stick go? There it is. So you have your stick, you have a burlap sack, and you have a rope. First thing you're going to do is combine your rope and your burlap sack into a courier bag. That gives you a 12-slot bag. Now you can take a wood stick, split it into thirds, and then combine that with your courier bag to make an improvised backpack, which now gives you a 20-slot bag, which is pretty solid for a starter pack. So you need a burlap sack, piece of rope, and a long stick you can cut into thirds. So, there you have it. We already have a assault pack, so we're going to stick with it. Alright, so around the holidays we get these snazzy little Christmas presents. So we have an ump mag and some 45 rounds. Umps are really hard to come by, and if you go to my base right now, I got about 10 of these, so I'm not even going to bother. But they are good to have. Some more 9mm ammo. I don't mess with damaged ammo, but ammo in a damaged box will still be pristine when you open it. You throw out the paper, it's useless right now, unless you want to start fires. I guess I can keep that to show you how to start a fire later. Let's unpack this one too. Alright. What do we got here? An IZH-18 rifle. Now let's say you started a game and it was raining and you're soaking wet. You can use an axe Actually, you can use your stone knife. We're going to cut off some bark. Here, we're not even going to use this paper. We're going to throw that away. And cut off 2 pieces of bark. And then we're going to cut off a branch. We're going to split that into thirds. We're going to cut off another branch. We're going to split that into thirds. We're going to go back into this house. You can do this outside too, but if it was raining and you were wet, you wouldn't be able to do this outside. So this is a fireplace. We are going to combine 1 piece of bark and 1 stick to make a hand drill. And then we're going to combine 1 piece of bark and 1 stick to make a fireplace. We're going to take that fireplace, we're going to put it in the fire. Now we're going to add the rest of our sticks to it. Oh, I need one more. We'll use a rag. And then we're going to use 1 rag. Alright, so now we're going to take the hand drill kit and we're going to light our fire. You could have used a piece of bark. If I'd have gotten 3 pieces of bark, we'd have been good. Now I did have matches, so I didn't really have to use the hand drill, but I just wanted to show you how to make that. You stand nice and close to the fire, and if you're wet, you'll dry off. If you're freezing, you'll warm up. So there's how you craft a fire. Moving on. Check it out, you got some. Should have smoke coming out of the chimney back there. So we got to check on the table. Over here on the heater. In this corner. On the floor. On the tables, on the bed, and in the cabinet. Also a fireplace in this one. You can search in these for feathers. See if we can find us feathers. You can also kill chickens to collect feathers. I have not found a thing. We'll try one more time. Man, we'll get into crafting a bow and arrow later. Check over here. Here, here, here. Ah, compass. And over here. Alright. So there's many different ways you can use a compass. You can hotkey it and go into first person and pull it out. Now we can see that way is north, east, south, west. My personal way that I use it, I don't bother with the hotkey. I just keep it in my pack. And now if you go into your tab menu, you can just mouse over it. You can still see that right now we're facing west. You can see where the red line is, that would be north, and then you can kind of judge from there, and you can read your compass without having to pull it out. Looting in first person is honestly easier. It's easier to see things. There's another rope and a can of Spite. We're going to go ahead and drink that Spite. A lot of people feel that first person is really the way to play the game. I prefer third myself, but I honestly mix it up. I think it keeps it more interesting. There's a little black hat. I'm not big on hats, so I'm not going to bother with that. Said the cat with the bat. Alright. That's the last house. So now we're going to start headed out of town. Now I'm on a low pop server right now for the sake of this video, but if we were on a high pop server, you'd want to be much more careful around Electro than I've been. Got a lake over here. If you had a water bottle, you could fill it. You'd want some purification taps to clean the water before you drink it. You don't want to drink dirty lake water. So here we have a camp over here on our left. That's going to be another good place to find loot. These blue buildings are medical buildings. Also good places to find bandages, IVs, salines. Yeah, I'm surprised there's not a hole in this fence. Alright. We got some friends down there. I see 4 right there. So we're just going to check the blue building, and I'm probably not going to bother with the rest of camp. Alright, got all the doors closed. Now we're safe to start looting. Over here on this table, these chairs. Got a lab coat. I don't need. Oh, look, I got the black eye glitch. What we got up here? There's a blood test kit. Let's go ahead and test Taco's blood. It's good to know what kind of blood you got. You can use a blood bag and draw blood from a friend. I'm A positive. So that if you're dying, it can help save you. I prefer a saline bag myself. IV start kit, that's going to be very important. Now, I didn't cover the simple basics, I didn't even think about it, but to look left and right while running forward, you're going to hold Alt. You can do that in first person or third person. Kind of let you look around while you're moving in a certain direction. And we're coming up on the military checkpoint. Probably a good idea to go and get our melee weapon out, as we're probably going to run into some Z's up here. See if we could sneak around these. So we got 1. So far I just see the 1. But just because you only see one up, there's another one up there. Alright. So we got some butt stocks for AKs. Got a Red Star hat, a little UN helmet. None of these are items that I need at the moment. I got one up in the woods. Alright. Got us a vest. That gives a little more storage. Box of 5.45 ammo. It's good for the AK-74 and the AKU. Alright. Is that all we got? Here's 2 tents. Alright, we're gonna boogie. Alright, everything's all quiet. We're gonna bust out our Eyes Revive map again. At this point, we have ventured all the way up to here. So now we gotta figure out where we want to go. I think I'm going to Starry? I don't know. We're gonna go here. So we're actually gonna take this other road over this way. Well, the fire axe is usually a 2 to 3 hit weapon for the zombies, so... Oop. Oh, come on. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. There's nothing on them. We're going to continue on. Alright, so in this video, we have covered how to make a fire, basic places to look for loot, how to find food and hydration. One thing that I wanted to cover that we didn't, we'll just cover it right now, is how to make yourself a bow and arrow. case you can't find any weapons, they're one-hit kill usually. So we're going to go to a tree, and we're going to chop off 2 branches. And there's 2 branches. Alright, we're going to take one of these branches, and we're going to split it into thirds. And we're going to put our axe away. We're going to take the other branch and combine it with the rope that we have. We can make a fishing pole, or a bow. So we've crafted a bow. Now we need to take our sticks to our stone knife and sharpen them. At this point, we can go ahead, hotkey the arrows, hit the hotkey with the bow in our hand, and it will put an arrow in. This is our simple our simple wooden arrow. You can add a stone to it to make it better, and then you can add chicken feathers to it as well to make it a really good arrow. And so that's how you craft a bow and arrow. See the arrow I shot, be sitting right here in the road. I can pick it up again. The advantage to a bow and arrow is you don't have to headshot. As long as you hit it, you're pretty much good to go. The downside is there's no easy way to aim it. You just kind of gotta aim it by sight. So let's talk about your enemies in DayZ. Of course you have the Z's. They're not really that hard to deal with once you get used to them, although if there's a number of them, you could have problems. There are wolves. Wolves are a real danger. They can take down even an experienced player if there's enough of them. And then of course the most dangerous thing you're going to run across is other players. I don't really suggest trying to be friendly. I don't know. I'm a friendly player. It gets me killed a lot because I'm just not an aggressive player. I don't really enjoy killing people in the game unless I have to, so. But it's up to you what your play style is going to be. It's DayZ, it's your story. If you are going to kill people or be a bandit, don't be an asshole and KOS people, man. At least, make it a fight, make it interesting. Sitting way over there in the woods with a sniper rifle and shooting me right now when I have hardly any weapons. Well, I have some weapons, but no ammo, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's kind of the pussy way to play in my opinion. Alright, so we are definitely going to swap out our red shirt for this orange raincoat. I know it's orange, it's going to stand out like a sore thumb, but if it starts raining and you're wearing the raincoat, you're going to be alright. If I'm wearing that shirt, I'm going to end up with hypothermia, almost guaranteed. Alright, so we got a Z. And he is down. There's a police station in this town, so we are going to hit it. Hey buddy, how you doing? My name's Taco. Now we are out of arrows, so I'm tossing this bow. But that's how you use the bow and arrow. Shotgun. Aha, CR75 with a clip. It's got 5 rounds in it. We're going to dump those rounds, make sure they're good. And we're going to add some more rounds to it. We're going to drag our ammo to the clip and load ammo. Put the clip back in the gun. And we now, so we're going to move that there, move that there. There we go. And we now have a firearm with ammo. Another CR75 with a clip. We're going to take that spare clip, check the ammo, make sure it's good, refill that clip. Now we have 2 clips. Now we're in pretty good shape, really. So here's my advice on ammo. If you have pristine or down to worn ammo, it is good. Anything under worn is just going to damage your gun and you risk misfire if it's damaged or badly damaged. So I honestly don't even bother with it. I'd rather not have ammo than have ammo that I think is going to fire that won't. Now the CR75 is going to be, of course, a lot louder than the bow and arrow, so when we do start shooting it, we're going to attract zombies from all around. Just something to keep in mind before you start popping off shots. You see we have a worn axe, here's a pristine, so let's swap those out. Got a hotkey it again because it won't stay on the hotkey when you swap it. Alright, here's a water pump. Can't believe we're just now hitting one of these. So we're going to put our gun away. And we can do the same thing. We actually don't even have to press forward. You can just spam F and drink water. Now we're going to get stuffed. And brown stuffed is okay. Anything more than brown, you're going to throw up. And then you're going to start all over. So be careful with that. Alright, let's shoot us some zombies. Hey buddy, how you doing? One down. It's gonna bring his friend. Alright. Oh shit. Make sure all the doors are closed in here and we're gonna loot. Alright. Sounds like we got some friends outside. Obviously we're gonna have to deal with that problem. So we got 10 rounds. We're gonna go ahead and swap clips to a full clip. And I'm just gonna open this door and do what I gotta do. Don't worry, there'll be more. I don't hear any more. Oh, I do. Is that everybody? Real quick while it's quiet, we're going to swap clips. On the way out, we'll check all these infected. So that's about it for the beginner's guide for the day. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe it, all that good shit. And if you want another one, some more information, let me know and we can get on into base building and other aspects of the game. Now granted we don't have full on base building yet, but you can use tents to block off areas and we can get into how to do that. We'll also get into cars, how to drive them, where to find them, all that good info for you. But for now, that's going to be about it. This is Taco signing off, and y'all have a good day.